Mal.
Hi, this is Debbie DeMaria, and I'm here in the DeMaria kitchen bringing you something else that Dr. Bob and I eat. And today we're happening to do stir fry. I want to quickly tell you that I use sometimes rice bran oil or also coconut oil. Now Dr. Bob doesn't like the coconut oil as much as he likes the rice bran, so that's what I'm using today. Today we're going to use the meat duck, and it's pretty hot right now. So I want to get the meat in here, and I know it's going to sparkle up high and sizzle, so sometimes you can put the lid on it for just a few minutes. So I'm going to keep turning that, and believe it or not, because the temperature's at about 375, and that's why I'm really particular about the oils I use, because you only want to use oils that go above 350. So even olive oil is not a good choice in today. So I'm going to get the duck going and try to get it brown on both sides. Now if you will look here, I'm going to go through this really quickly. I have a lot of different kinds, and I will show you as I go through, but I have a lot of different vegetables cut up. You can choose the vegetables that you like. We happen to like an assortment of vegetables because it adds different flavor. I also like to have different colors in my cooking, so I like to make, like I have red cabbage today, and I have carrots, and I have yellow squash. Okay, these are going really good, and the very first ingredient I feel that's important to put in your stir fry after your meat is your onion. Now the reason for that is that onion takes a little bit longer, and you really like to get them translucent, okay? So it's usually about 5 minutes it takes for them to be like that, and also the onion adds a lot of different flavor to the stir fry. Also the oil does. The coconut oil actually adds the coconut flavor to whatever you're cooking. I kind of like it with chicken, and I actually will put pineapple in there, so you're getting more of a Hawaiian or Pacific Coast type flavor. So my onions are in here, and if we had a little bit more time, I probably would cook them a little more than I'm going to do right now, because I like them to get a little clearer, all right? So now if you're going to look at all of the items I have, you want to look at your harder, so your firmer vegetables. My firmer vegetables right now out here happens to be carrots and celery. So I'm going to add those to the stir fry next, because it takes longer for them to get a little bit cooked. And I just continually to cook them. Now, if you want to put any seasoning, which I don't add a lot of seasoning to my stir fry because I like my vegetables to be my seasoning, you put that in at the end, the very end, especially if you're using fresh seasoning. And to stir fry your fresh seasoning, you might want to use basil, you could use dill, you could use parsley or cilantro, whatever you like, but you know, dill, at every single one of your seasonings will make it taste different, and we like ours pretty plain, so that's what we're going to do. Now, you saw me put the onions in, you saw me put the celery in and the carrots, and now we're going to add pepper. Every food I have in here is organic. This is yellow and red pepper. Again, I'm doing it for the color besides the taste. These then will get in here, and I continually just stir around so you're not sticking. I have enough oil in here that it makes a nice consistency. Now, if you like it a little bit more liquid, because people do like liquid, I would suggest you would get a broth, either a vegetable broth, you can get that organic, canned, or in a package like your rice dream comes in, or you can get a canned, let's see, sometimes there's turkey, chicken, or vegetable. I would use one of those depending on what you're doing. Today we happen to be doing duck because we had some fresh duck breast. Dr. Bob actually cut the fat off of the duck. You can use chicken thigh or chicken breast is really good. You can even get steak and slice that thin and do a beef. So pretty much you can do anything. Now as you see, and you might not be able to see clearly, but everything's still pretty hard. And we're moving faster than I normally would, but I look at the vegetables that I have left, and the next vegetable that probably needs the most cooking would be yellow squash. And you could also put zucchini in here, but today we chose yellow squash. Now, I want to give you a tip. When you put the cover on, it also brings moisture and it cooks faster. If you really need liquid, it's good to have the cover on. My next ingredient would be cabbage. And I told you that I had red cabbage today. And you just put the red cabbage over this. And just because of cooking time, I'm going to put this on here. Let me just show you the other two items I'm going to use, but I'm not going to add right now at the end because I really want this to cook down. Mushrooms would be one of the last things that you would add because mushrooms doesn't take that long to cook. I have here, you can do pea pods, snow peas, any of the pea family. Even if you wanted to get frozen peas and just add that in there, you can. And so I have pea pods today that we're going to put in towards the end. Makes it really crunchy because I don't cook those all the way through. And then I add this to the ending part because this doesn't need really a lot. You can actually eat this raw. So I want to add that at the end. Now, I think what's really important and what you can do is you can add sesame seeds. And here is sunflower seeds. It adds a crunch. It adds a flavor. Again, Dr. Bob and I always suggest Celtic sea salt. We put this on our website and you can order it from there. How do you end up this dish? Well, we make brown rice in our brown rice cooker. Take the brown rice, put it on your plate. Take what we have going on here in the stir fry. This is wonderful, especially for people that cannot tolerate raw vegetables. This is a quick vegetable for them that they're not going to have that. Especially if you don't like vegetables, you might want to even start with these cooked vegetables. This is just as good as steamed vegetables. So here we are again in Dr. Bob and Debbie's kitchen, and you'll be glad you did.